We're in for a bit of a treat tonight for the TNR Group C Championship. We have a Le Mans special, same 3 random grid races as we have at every venue, but at the fantastic Le Mans circuit here in France. And we have got an almost capacity grid. We've got 11 cars, and Mark will start on pole position for the first race with Martin alongside in the Mercedes. It's got a very good top speed and a really good opportunity for a Mercedes to potentially win a race for the first time this series. It's been Nissan dominated so far, but the Nissans are probably the slowest of the lot in a straight line at least. But not to take anything away from Mark on the pole position. Lee in 3rd place. Dukes lines up 4th. He's had some really good results in the Mercedes so far and starts nice and far up the grid. Chrysler is in 5th in the leading Jaguar, ahead of Oz, who is also in Mercedes, behind his Mercedes teammate, if you like. So got Mercedes in 2nd, 4th and 6th. Graham lines up 7th in the 2nd of the Jags with Coops alongside. Coops very drunk already, so not expecting huge amounts from him, but we'll see what he can pull out of the bag. Dubs is 9th. He's had some dreadful luck in this championship so far. However, has just turned champion in the MX-5 trophy, I think. So he's no slouch, and he might pull some good results out today. Andy is 10th, and then we've got new starter Dom, I think he is, who will line up 11th and last. Looks like we've just dropped the car. Yeah, we've lost 9th place. I can't remember who that was. I think it was Dubs. Dubs is out already. Mark leads the cars away. It's a really good start from Mark, and he launches that Nissan into the lead. But here comes the Mercedes alongside already. It's Martin. Can he take the lead into turn 1? Yes, he can, and one of the other Mercedes has come alongside. It's Oz. He's almost gone for the lead, and I think, was that Mark off? No, it wasn't Mark. One of the cars went off in the background. It's now Oz Phillips in the lead, ahead of Mark. There's cars all over the place in the background, and I can't watch everybody at once. Lee's trying to make his way up the second. He does so, and Oz Phillips takes out all the bollards, and Lee is now right on his tail as they head down towards the right-hander, and then onto the back straight, onto the long straight before the first chicane, and they head down the hill now, and it is Oz Phillips with a great start already into the lead. Lee is in 2nd, Coops is 3rd. Coops is up to 3rd. He was about 8th on the grid, I think it was. Excellent start from Coops despite all the beers. It's not holding him back. Andy's up to 4th place. Great start from Andy, and there's changes all over the shop because Martin's dropping back now. Andy up to 3rd place. So Oz leads. Lee in 2nd, Andy in 3rd. Coops and Martin fighting over 4th place. Coops is not in as quick a car as Martin. I'd expect Martin to make some ground up in Mercedes. Dom is having a good first race, and he's in 6th place, having started 11th on the grid. Great stuff from Dom. And who's moving up? Graham's up to 5th place in the Jaguar, and it's everybody for 5th place here. 4th place, Martin's in 4th, Graham in 5th, Dom is in 6th, Coops has dropped back to 7th place in the Nissan. Then we've got Mark, who I think it was Mark who got taken out. It wasn't too clear, but off the start there was something happened, and Chrysler is 9th of 9 runners at the moment. We've lost another car, so it's not just Dubs unfortunately we've lost another car. Oh, there's contact in the background. Is that Andy taken out? Dom is now up to 3rd place. Andy drops down to 8th. Tom is having a fantastic first run. From 11th on the grid, he's in 3rd position. Mark is back up to 4th. Well, I think, Mark deserves a bit of good luck there, so great stuff, Mark, getting back up the field. Coops is middle fielding at the moment in 5th. Chrysler is 6th. This is so topsy-turvy on this first lap. Chrysler in 6th place. Graham is 7th in the Jaguar. Martin is now has fallen all the way back to 8th, having had that front row start and took the lead into turn 1. And there's Andy, he's lost it there, and Andy is at the back after also an excellent start at the beginning, but got, I think, taken out at the end of the Le Mans straight. So we take a breath just for a moment. Oz Phillips is our clear leader, flying the flag for Mercedes. Could it be Mercedes' first victory of the season? Well, let's not count our chickens before they've hatched. Lee is in second place and he is chomping that gap down, absolutely destroying that gap. It's come down from 2 seconds to half a second within the space of a few corners, but he doesn't have the same straight line speed that Oz is enjoying in the Mercedes. Dom is also in the Mercedes, holding on to third place. This is an excellent drive from Dom. I've not raced with him before, but he's doing a fantastic job. I can see Lee putting Oz under pressure out front of the lead. There is battles everywhere throughout this field, but I think we'd better look at the race leaders as we head down towards turn 1, that first chicane. So through turn 1 there and then into the chicane of turns 2 and 3. And Oz still holding Lee at bay, but Oz goes deep. Lee doesn't. Lee looks for the cutback. Doesn't perhaps have the power though. Can't get alongside Oz Phillips on this occasion. Oz hangs on to it. Oz needs to take it really steady through these bends if he wants Mercedes to take the first win of the season, because Lee's car is very good through the corners, but there's no opportunity there. Oz cuts the corner. That will inhibit I should say, a track limits penalty. I think Mark's getting a track limits penalty further back. Coops is up to third place, meanwhile, ahead of Mark now, though they're battling hard, and Mark moves back into third place. Good move from Mark, using a bit of slipstream there and perhaps a slightly different setup on the car. Mark was getting some good practice in before, so maybe he's found something good. There comes Dom, though, taking that place back off of Mark. That's going to frustrate Mark in his quest to try and chase... sorry, that's Coops he's getting past. That will frustrate Coops in his quest to catch up with Mark. Remember, Mark and Coops battling for this championship so far. Graham in that fantastic looking and fantastic sounding Jaguar, but he is nonetheless no better than 6th place at the moment. Martin's moved up to 7th and is 8th, and Chrysler at the back. But there is less than a second between the race leaders as they come down, as they come up over the hill, and they'll head down towards the second chicane. Sorry, done the second chicane. This is the corner at the end of the straight, right-hander, and Oz gets it slowed down beautifully and maintains the lead for now. Further down we have got Dom actually hunting down Mark quite well here, so Dom really decent, and right at home in these cars straight away. He's done a fantastic job. Difficult to say so far, driver of the race, because Oz has been exceptional. I think Oz might have been 6th on the grid. He's leading this race fairly comfortably, but Dom was 11th on the grid and challenging for the final podium spot. He really is driving the wheels off of that thing. And Mercedes having a good showing here at Le Mans, with but unfortunately Martin not being able to follow up on that. He's 8th of 9 runners at the moment. So, out in front, there's just about a second between the two leaders. Now for Oz, he knows that's the tricky bit done. If he gets through these two chicanes fairly cleanly and out onto the start-finish straight, he can keep ahead of Lee going on to this lap, and he does so brilliantly. He's really got that car down to a T so far in this race. I don't want to jinx him, but I'm going to try and pronounce some of the French corner names. So this is the Courbe Dunlop, but then through Ralentissier Dunlop, I think, and then Descent de la Chapelle as we head down the hill here, and du Tetre Rouge into Virage du Tetre Rouge, which is this right-hander onto the main straight. And even parts of the straight seem to have names here, so we've got Courbe d'Entrée, which is this element, and then the straight is no, I'm not going to try and pronounce that one. But anyway, Oz maintains the lead at the moment. He's got a second in hand. Still 9 runners at the moment. Mark still holding off excellently from Dom, who's lost out a lot in the handling sections of the track, but is closing back some of that gap now as he heads down towards the first chicane. Valentisseur. Coops in a slightly lonely 5th, but he's not out of touch with Dom by any stretch, some 4 seconds behind. Andy's up to 6th, Martin's up to 7th, Graham's dropped down to 8th. And I'm afraid once more, nothing good to report for the Jaguars as they run around at the back of the field. This is the final lap though, and Oz is doing a fab job. Now we don't know what people have got in terms of track limits, but there are plenty of track limits infringements being handed out. So we'll have to wait until the final timing screens have come up to confirm. But as you can see at the moment, in fact Mark has just picked up track limits, Dom's picked up track limits, Coops has picked up track limits, and Graham. So I think what we're going to see is potentially not the same order as how we're seeing the cars on track at the moment. And it has been a more interesting race than I was anticipating here so far. There's Andy bringing his Nissan to a stop. Graham's in 8th. Chrysler in 9th. Now, Dom and Mark close together on track again, but Mark may feel some safety now because we're into the handling part. Oh, Mark's gone deep though and he's made a bit of a mess coming out of there. He's going to be under pressure from Dom. We'll go on board with Dom as we chase down that Nissan that's so good through the corners. But in terms of straight line speed, there isn't much to be had over the Mercedes round here. Dom looks like he's driving very sensibly. He's not running into the back of the Nissan, but you can see how that front end of the Mercedes is dragging very wide there, and he's not able to stick with the Nissan. I think they may end up status quo. Lee is trying to put Oz under pressure, but there's only a couple of chicanes left to run for the Mercedes driver. It could be the first Mercedes win of the season. There's less than a second between these guys, but I think Oz Phillips may have done it. He goes through so carefully through the first chicane. Lee goes left, he goes right, he goes for it, but he can't take it. And Oz Phillips takes the first victory for Mercedes this season. It's the first non-Nissan win. Lee takes a fantastic second. Mark recovers brilliantly to 3rd. So Nissan's still very much on the podium. Dom gets a 4th place from 11th on the grid. A great drive. Coops gets a reasonably lonely 5th place, but a good result for a man who's down so many beers this evening. Andy recovers to 6th. He was having a brilliant opening lap until a collision that I couldn't make head nor tail of what had happened. Martin, unfortunately, another fairly lacklustre performance. He's really struggling with the Mercedes. Graham likewise with the Jag and Chrysler as well. And 2 non-finishers in the form of Dubs, who didn't actually start the race in the end. And I can't quite work out who else is missing. Here is confirmation of the race results. So this is adjusted for track limits infringements. Oz Phillips does indeed take the victory. A great job from Oz, and as you can see, it's not really changed around the rest of the results. Dubs shown as disqualified actually in 10th, but yeah, I'm not sure where the 11th driver has gone. Race 2 coming up shortly.